Hello and welcome. This is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion. Today is Monday, April the 21st. Our devotion today will come from the book of Galatians, chapter 2, and we will read verses 1 through 10. Here's the word of the Lord. Read along with me. Then, after 14 years, I went up again to Jerusalem, this time with Barnabas. I took Titus along. I went in response to a revelation, and meeting privately with those esteemed as leaders, I presented them the gospel that I preached among the Gentiles. I wanted to be sure I was not running and had not been running my race in vain. Yet not even Titus, who was with me, was compelled to be circumcised, even though he was a Greek. This matter arose because some false believers had infiltrated our ranks to spy on the freedom we have in Christ Jesus and to make us slaves. We did not give in to them for a moment, so that the truth of the gospel might be preserved for you. As for those who were held in high esteem, whatever they were makes no difference to me. God does not show favoritism. They added nothing to my message. On the contrary, they recognized that I had been entrusted with the task of preaching the gospel to the uncircumcised, just as Peter had been to the circumcised. For God, who is at work in Peter as an apostle to the circumcised, was also at work in me as an apostle to the Gentiles. James, Cephas, and John, those esteemed as pillars, gave me and Barnabas the right hand of fellowship when they recognized the grace given to me. They agreed that we should go to the Gentiles and they to the circumcised. All they asked was that we should continue to remember the poor, the very thing I had been eager to do all along. And that is the word of the Lord. The article today is titled The True Gospel by David Felter. David is a retired general editor for the Church of the Nazarene, and here's what he writes for us on this Monday. There are four elements of the true gospel. First, the gospel is clear. It brings a spiritual freedom in Christ. It is more than a redo or update of the Jewish scriptures. When the gospel is clear, there is no confusion. Second, the gospel is trustworthy. The gospel must be genuinely true. The early church acknowledged their concern about counterfeits. Even now, there will be clever counterfeits, and the church must be anchored in the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Third, the gospel must be congruent in all places. A congruent gospel makes it recognizable in every place it is proclaimed. Obviously, the church must be sure there are no altercations, modifications, or add-ons. Fourth, the gospel must maintain a faithful manifestation of the life and ministry of Jesus Christ. Everywhere Jesus went, he touched the lives of people with care and compassion. To be faithful and true, the gospel had to be a compassionate gospel. Every effort must be made that the gospel of God reflects the face and ministry of Jesus. It must be a message of good news to all people everywhere. There must be no exclusions. How firm a foundation, from John Rippon's selection of hymns. How firm a foundation, ye saints of the Lord, is laid for your faith in his excellent word. And from the 119th Psalm, verse 89, your word, Lord, is eternal. It stands firm in the heavens. And this is your daily devotion for Monday, April the 21st. Have a blessed day.